It's a habit.
Back blocker.
Oh, back blocker. But there's no light coming through any of the windows. So
until your mom shows up
and starts peeking through them. That is scary when she be doing that.
No, I think that's just who she is.
It is. She's a scary monster. She's an Addie scary
monster.
Far. Yeah, well,
when you go that far.
she's a peeper.
A scary, lovely woman.
Pick up Diddy. Pick up. Well, you don't give him a treat.
We don't pick him up. The disconnect. You see the disconnect?
They might as well be the same thing if you was going to give him. No. Come here, Diddy buds.
It's just a second.
Come here.
Oh my gosh.
Scoot closer, Diddy.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know how picking up works. I know. Oh, there's my bone. There's my bone.
Yeah, you found him.
There's my bone. I know, Diddy buds.
Don't be comfortable.
I know, Diddy buds. Oh, it's my good boy. Oh, it's my good boy.
You're so silly.
He is so sad.
No, he's just getting comfortable. This is what he wants.
Look at him leaning his head down. Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning.
Good evening. She even says evening. Good evening, Gigi. Good evening, Cynthia. Says, hey, Adam Richard. Joyce is here. Says, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful day. I definitely did. Erica says, hey, y'all. I know, right? Cynthia said hats and head covers. I know, right? Like we both got our head covered. That just means it's cold in our house. That's basically what it means. So.
My mom always said your head, your hands, and your feet.
Yes.
If you cover those three things, the rest can be naked.
Yeah.
I think that's what you said.
I think those are just like the outlets of heat in your body. So yes, Joyce here says hello, good evening. Joyce said you look so annoyed. Exactly, pretty much. Good evening, P. Dimby one. Hello, TC. Junice here says good evening, all you wacky people. I know, right? Good evening. Shelly says happy Whack Wednesday. I'm so happy.
Evening.
Thank you. That hand was really welcoming.
I was trying to do that. It was a mode.
Yeah, he's just, he knows that this isn't permanent, so I got to put him down.
Well, man.
I'm sorry. If you would act right, I could hold you the whole time, but you won't act right. So I can't do it, DJ. He's standing there distraught, literally distraught. So
he's used to you.
Yes.
He just gets vertigo, whiplash.
Just lift him up and lower. I am so cold. Like I gotta hide my hands because I'm cold. I gotta hide my hands at least. Put them in my pockets, maybe.
It takes you a while to warm up.
Yeah, it takes me a while to warm up. Yeah, if I ever even do warm up, it takes a long time. Quinessa says, "Good evening, checking in from New Orleans. Is that near the coast? How about Storm Zeta or something like that? There was like a tropical storm Zeta. Zeta." 808, I don't know. It apparently made landfall in Louisiana this past week or something like that.
Coastal places that's just the life of the coast. Right?
It is the life of the coast. Exactly. How are you guys doing? Good evening, Dre says howdy.
Victim of the weather.
Exactly. I know, right? Rashana's here, says good evening, #WhackFam. How has everyone's day been?
Have you seen those?
My day's been good.
The closer you get to the coast, they have houses on stilts and stuff.
Yeah. For flooding, isn't that crazy? Like
into your house.
Yeah, that is just crazy how they're like built on stilts. Yeah, exactly. It's so cool. The coastal towns.
I love it.
My day has been great. It's been busy. Like I just went from one thing to the next. Like I went from the live this morning and then I immediately cleaned out my car, which was important because like I vacuumed and did everything. And I like washed the sheets that we used to cover the seats for Milton and Madeline.
Like a whole new car.
Looks and smells like a whole new car.
Very impressed.
Then I immediately went to the mechanic to get I had a hole in one of my tires, so I got my tire plug. Then by the time I came back,
slowly.
Yeah, not a hole.
I was gonna say, I
had a slow leak in one of my
tires. a hole to it. We going back to this mechanic now. Hold on, man. That was not a hole.
And then I came back, and then immediately upon coming back, it was lunchtime, and I had my delicious dairy-free burgers, my barbecue bacon burgers, and pork rinds. It was so delicious. Then right after that, I had some video editing to do. Then right after that, it was time for me to hop on to one of my professional coaching meetings. Then right after that, I went to have coffee with a friend today. And then right after that, I came back and it was time to go get the dogs. And then right after that, I came back, had to do some work for my brother. He called, he's like, Autumn, I need your help. I need you to fill out these things. And I was like, I can do that. And then right after that, I sat down to watch The Masked Singer for like 10 seconds. And then it was like my alarm went off. And it was like, it's time for the live. And I was like, geez, Louise.
Lived her whole day there.
Yeah, I mean, I literally jumped from one thing to the next. So Quinessa said, yes, it's bad here. A lot of people are out of lights. Oh, I hate that. I know, right? Like, yeah, it's like that.
Oh, yeah. I said, that's the life. A lot of them have like generators already and just like already like wood that they've used from last storm that they nailed up.
Yeah.
Nearby. It's a unique life.
P. Demby says, I'm at work in break at, what is it, Mohegan Sun, Connecticut? Happy to make the live. Well, I'm happy you're here.
Is that a casino?
I don't know exactly. I'm glad you're here. D says, good night, good weathers. Day started off cold, but got pretty nice by the evening. No, it kind of peaked around like 12 or 1 here. It was a good temperature at a certain point, then it got cold again. So the TC said, I'm perpetually cold from now until May. Pretty much. That's how I'm going to be, no matter how many layers I wear.
Well, not that I am. The more layers, the more. But then it gets that weird where you're still warm, but your nose is cold.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like no matter how many layers I wear, unless I have gloves and a full face cover, like I'm going to be cold. Like this is where all of the heat or the cold enters, and like I can't stay warm. Carolyn says, hey everyone. Hi Carolyn. Yes, Joyce said you were a busy bee today. I was just like, I barely got time to sit down and play any of my tablet games at all.
I know, whole day ruined now.
Yeah, I know.
Entire day ruined.
I know, because I didn't get to log into my tablets, but the day was not ruined at all because I got to eat, and that was always a great day. So my burgers are delicious. Pretty much status quo. I'll be having a video come out tomorrow about my full day of eating, so you'll get to see all about how I made the burgers and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about that.
These wonderful burgers.
Yes.
With the best ever buns.
Best ever sandwich buns from Keto Bakes. Absolutely.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, exactly. Self-proclaimed. I was like, that's a little bit exaggerating, but it's actually, but they're very, very good. So I'm a fan. So I'm looking forward to them.
They look amazing.
Yes. TC said, I'm appreciative of the face masks now. My nose stays warm. I know, right? It's like it's normalized, like face covers, you know?
Well,
like now all those people wearing ski masks are like, we told y'all. So
that's the perfect time of the year now for face masks. Just to keep this
Quinessa said I can't stay on. I have to save my battery goodnight. Well, yes, bye. Yes. It is very important to save your battery. But I'm glad that you're here. Hopefully you stay safe. Thanks for joining.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and protect your family.
Yeah, exactly. D says yes, can't wait for that full day of eating. Yep, it's coming out tomorrow. I did a lot that day, so it was good.
Oh, y'all gonna see these buns.
Oh, you gonna see the buns, you know? So I go into detail about how I made them and everything. It was super, super easy. So
yes, it was.
That's another reason I liked it. It's because it was super, super easy. So D said, except that the masks make my nose runny. See, they actually help because the cold makes my nose runny. So like by keeping everything warm, it actually helps a little bit. So.
I was gonna say for me, that's one of my weak points.
The nose is a weak point.
I mean, for the cold, the nose
is where all my power escapes from.
Yes.
No, that's how I feel. I mean, it's definitely my fingertips, and the fact that I have an abnormally cold hand. Like my right hand gets abnormally cold compared to my left. So
ain't that the truth?
It's like no matter what I do, it never heats up. Like
I normally think you like put it in the ice.
No. So I always ask if I can touch Richard's body with my cold hand to try to warm it up, and he's First of all, he says no most of the time. He's like, no, it's too cold. And I'm like, but I need to warm it up. So I try to touch his back and stuff, but he won't let me. But then it's just like, as soon as I touch it, it's warm. But as soon as I remove my hand, it just like freezes right back up, you know?
You steal my warm.
So it's crazy. I know, right? Joyce said you can come and see me and Barry here in Florida to warm up. I know, right? That would be a lot of effort. But as soon as I came back, I'd be cold again. So. I know, right?
We could just do one of those, like, I Dream of Jeannie.
Boing, and we're in there. Man.
You know.
Good evening, Holly. Glad that you're here. So, Joe Ray says husbands are heat lamps.
Good
exactly.
Evening.
I should be able to use him to warm my body up however I would like.
You can use my calf.
He offers up parts of his body that are not warm, like parts that are exposed to the same cold air that my body parts are exposed to.
You want to try?
He got so mad at me the first time I did that. I guess you were surprised about how actually
it was a
cold.
natural human survival reaction.
Yeah.
My temperature dropped like 10 degrees. The other hand would have made me, my friend would have died.
Everything would have chipped off. Oh my God, that's crazy.
You have to slowly embrace it. Like, start from the arm and work your way up.
Yes. Dee said, yes, why are husbands always warmer than wives? I'm always freezing. Exactly. Gina said, Richard Autumn just called you hot. Exactly. My husband's hot. I should take advantage of my husband's hotness.
Yes.
My husband's heat.
Let's warm this some warm water.
So, exactly. I know, right? I'll be actually trying to like rub my hands together. Like,
heat packs.
Like, I know, but see the heat packs, I need a glove. You guys, at work, I used to wear like a biker glove where my fingers would be free, but I'd have like the packs on my palm and stuff. Because I mean, my cold hand has been an issue like for decades.
I'm sure they do make stuff.
It's just who I am. Like,
I don't mind you.
One cold hand.
I don't mind you here. Which one's the cold one? Touch me.
Well, they're both kind of cold, but this one is my warm hand, and then this one is my cold hand.
It is cold.
It's just markedly colder, isn't it? How? That's like but you guys, the funny thing is, sweetheart, crazy thing is, at one point in my life, I Googled, why is my right? And it auto-filled hand colder than my left. Like, it auto-filled that. I was just like, so it's not just me that like has that issue. It auto-filled hand colder than my left.
Exactly.
So clearly I'm not alone in this. My husband just won't help me. He just won't help my cold hands.
Start from the build up. You gotta build up. Go right to my center bits.
Your center bits. Rashana said, Richard, I like the way you're rocking that Scully. Yeah, he's doing something all right with the flipped up edge and just all unkempt and whatnot.
I mean,
is that's how we respond?
Yes,
that is so funny. Dee said, I got conductive thread so I can wear my winter gloves and still use my touchscreen. Yeah, touchscreen is okay, but like typing on a keyboard and stuff, like I feel like I need the nimbleness of my actual, bare hands. Exactly. Joe Ray said, unfortunately, my husband won't help me either. I know, they're so selfish. They got all this body heat that they're keeping to themselves.
You can grab all my arms.
That's already exposed to the air. I need some underclothes bits so that I can get your actual body warm. So, oh my gosh.
My whole front half was 20 degrees low.
He was so mad. TC said menopause has given me cold flashes, so the cold comes from within. Warming up from the outside doesn't help much. Gosh, what's worse? Do you also experience hot flashes? Because I know women like perimenopausal and menopausal that experience hot flashes, and they're like, that is just the devil. Like, they're just like, you're just hot for no reason and there's nothing you can do. So what would you say is worse, like a hot flash or like a bone chilling cold flash? Like, that's so interesting. Pete Denby says, my husband puts his cold feet on me to warm up. We don't even want to talk about what happens when Richard puts his feet on me. I tell him to get them dragon claws, monster
my God,
hoofs off of my dainty skin before he breaks my skin. That's all I'm saying. Richard always be trying to attack me with his clawed hooves.
Who you are?
He always does that, and I'm just like, no, I'm just like, you're just trying to ruin me. He's trying to scrape me up.
I don't know who you were talking about.
TC said, no, just cold flashes. Don't really want either hot or cold. I know, right? It seems like nothing would be good, but yeah, Richard be torturing me with his feet.
No. What?
Yes, you do.
You just making stuff up.
I do not be making stuff up. You put your feet on my bare skin, and I'm just like, don't be touching me with them things. With them cinder blocks.
When you be laying on the couch or something.
And he touches me with accidentally. No. This is intentional.
Oh my goodness.
He knows. He knows that I do not like it when he puts them.
And you act like I do not moisturize.
That's the funny part. He always be talking about how moisturized his feet and soft his feet are. And I'm like, that don't mean I want them on me, though. That means I don't want them to touch me.
You exaggerate.
I know, right?
Things are exaggerated.
So, exactly.
Take certain person takes pride in his. Thank you very much.
No, Cynthia said hooves. Are they ashy? No, they're just feet. They're feet bottoms
she
touching my skin.
Extremely over exaggerates.
No.
That is not how any of that goes.
Jerry said, I swear my husband had his toenails clipped into points when we first met him. Exactly. He over here got these sharp, edges.
You
like
just making stuff straight up.
Like his toenails are like little, like salty. You know what I'm talking about? And all he wants to do is just put them things on me. And I'm just like, unfair. These are not in the bylaws. We reference an imaginary set of marriage bylaws that is never in. That like you can put your feet on me whenever you want.
You are literally making stuff up.
P. Dimby says, my husband thinks lotion is for women's. His feet are rough. My husband puts petroleum jelly on his whole body. He don't use lotion.
Vaseline.
He uses Vaseline. Well, Vaseline is the name brand.
Well, yes.
So, he actually does use the name brand, Vaseline.
No,
exactly.
I've used multiple lotions in my entire life, and the original is still the best.
Vaseline. Well, that's what's up.
Gina says, everything I do is from scratch.
Is it Hubie Halloween or Hubby Halloween on Netflix? Adam Sandler. Anyone watch? I just now saw that was a actual thing on Netflix yesterday because you were searching and I was like, what is this Adam Sandler movie? So I haven't seen, what is it about? Tell me. Probably won't watch it. Not really big into Halloween movies. Kind of got ruined forever by Hocus Pocus. Like, I'm not into them anymore.
I like them.
So no, I wouldn't watch it. But what we did watch on Netflix last night, which was great, is just Schitt's Creek. Like, if you don't watch Schitt's Creek, okay, but that's fine. It's the last season, but that show is hilarious. Like, it is so witty and heartwarming and absurd. And you're just like, what is happening in these people's lives? But you cannot tear your eyes away. So it's amazing. No. Shelly says, I'm lucky. My husband always has his socks on. Always. That's pretty funny. Mom is here. Good evening, Mom.
She's exaggerating. That is extreme exaggeration.
You don't wear your socks all the time. You put your feet on me.
I stay moisturized.
Now that is true.
So there's no scratch. I don't know whether scratch.
No, that's true. I just be exaggerating when I talk about his sandpaper bottom feet.
I trim my nails all the time, and I always moisturize. So I don't know where these exaggerations come from. I get it that you have a foot phobia. Don't put that out on me, okay? Don't bash my feetsies because you angry or something, okay? That was all I was doing.
Nobody wants feet on them, however nice they might be.
But don't disperse.
Cynthia said, my son told me to watch that. How's it spelled? Yeah, it's like Schitt's Creek, like a person's name. Schitts. I still can't believe that they allow you to just say it.
What's how you spell it?
I know, but it's so funny. But that's the genius of it. But like, it basically swept the Emmys this year, and they were like, and the winner for best actress in a comedy, Schitt's Creek. And I'm just like, it's so funny.
It's so good.
It is genius.
It's well written.
Yeah, it is very well written, and it's well acted.
That's what happened.
Yeah, and it is just It's just everything.
Look at you pumping it up.
Now, I mean, I really love Schitt's Creek. My best friend Ashley told me to watch it. She was like, Autumn, we have the exact same type of humor. Watch Schitt's Creek. You're going to love it. And I'm just like, okay. And at first, it's like, the first couple episodes are kind of slow because you're just like, oh, fish out of water story. How's this rich family suddenly going to fit in with this small town? And then it just evolves into this like amazing, like ensemble community comedy. It's hilarious. So. That's nice. Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah. No, I haven't really caught on. I don't think I was there from the ground floor.
No, you started at like season 5. So yeah. Oh my God, look at my head. No, did you watch all of season 5 with me? I think it was season 5. So. I didn't realize how big this hood was. Throw your hood up.
Well, I mean, your head is a small little pea head.
I don't have a small little pea head. I have a regular size adult head. Pea head. I'm done with you. So today was a busy day. It was a good day. I stayed on plan. You guys, I'm just looking forward to my Halloween cheat day. So like I'm super on track with everything that I'm supposed to be eating.
Number one everything.
It is my number one priority this week.
Like it's your birthday.
Like it's my birthday all over again, literally like it's my birthday. But I'm excited because we're going to make better choices. We are going to be at the donut place at 6:00 a.m. on Saturday.
Yay.
I'm excited about it. I know, right? So Holly said, I want Moira's wig collection. I want Moira's vocabulary. Like the words that she be using. No, I mean, even the words that she be using, I'm just like, oh my God, pause, dictionary.com. Like, what does that word mean? Like,
that's Netflix, right?
Yes, they have to like just write all of her lines, like what they want it to mean. And then they've got to go through and thesaurus the heck out of that. Like what 4-syllable word could we use in place of this 1-syllable word that's much easier to understand? I mean, because just the way that just the words that she uses is ridiculous. Gina said favorite donut. Oh, great question. So amazing. In general, it is always going to be a chocolate iced donut. Like from Krispy Kreme, it is their chocolate iced cream filled, not custard, okay? That stuff is disgusting. Chocolate ice cream filled. But if we're going with a regular donut with a hole in the middle, then it's going to be chocolate ice with sprinkles on it. However, if y'all have Thornton's gas stations, wherever you are, they actually make like a huge chocolate Long John. And if that thing had cream in it, it would be even better, but it doesn't. But that huge chocolate ice Long John is just still so delicious. That's one of my favorite things ever, but we're going to like a local donut shop. So Lord knows what they're going to have there. We're just going to pick out a dozen, and it's going to be on Halloween. So I'm hoping that they have some seasonal, like decorated, donuts, maybe like an orange cream with like Halloween sprinkles or something like that. So,
and for me, anything fruit filled.
Oh God!
Give me all
fruit
filled jelly donuts you can give me.
TC said 5 a.m. Got to make the donuts. Used to love that commercial. Oh my God, my mom used to say that all the time. She said, "Time to make the donuts." Like I don't even know what that's from. She said that all the time. Joyce said, "Oh, a little baby."
Jory, what did you do tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, just the way she pronounced it. And David, like, I love it. Daved. Yes, me and my best friend call each other that all the time. David. I'm obsessed.
You're so silly.
I'm obsessed. Rashana said, yes, Krispy Kreme has the best donuts. I'm not going to say best. I'm going to say most consistent, which is very important for me, So, since I don't eat out a lot, since I don't eat sugary foods a lot, one thing that's really important to me is to know what I'm going to get every single time, And like, for instance, we talk about this all the time, like the difference between McDonald's and ChickfilA. I like McDonald's food better, like bite per bite. I like their food better, but the consistency of the service and quality and quantity of food that you get from Chick-fil-A is unmatched. Ergo, I will choose Chick-fil-A because I know what I'm going to get every time. You know, at McDonald's, if I get the Big Mac and fries, I don't know, is like somebody, have you ever opened a box from McDonald's, a Big Mac, and the literal sandwich just be all over the place? Like they didn't even try to stack everything on top of each other. Like, are the pickles going to be outside the bun, you know? But more importantly, it's the fries. When I order a large fry, is it just going to be a large fry box with half of it filled? Is that half fries, are they going to be room temperature? Are they going to be cold or warm? You never know. Like for me, every McDonald's I go to is always a crapshoot. And if this is my cheat meal, if this is what I waited months for, and I get a half-filled box of lukewarm fries, I'm over it. So Chick-fil-A, you know, you're going to get the perfect burger, the perfect amount of waffle fries, the perfect number of sauces that you asked for every time. You know, that's what you're going to get. So that's what I will go into. Like, you know, like that's what I would choose. I'm choosing the consistency.
There we go.
Yeah. Gina said behind the scenes on Schick's Creek is really good on YouTube. There's also something, there's behind the scenes on Netflix itself. So I am excited to watch that as well. Chrissy's Keto Life said, OMG, I've been off track for 2 weeks now. Can't seem to get it together. Yeah, that's tough, Chrissy. All I'm going to say is one day at a time, set goals that you can reach. You know, for me, going off track means lots of sugar. So, and constantly eating, you know, like, so lots of sweets, constantly eating. So when I work on getting, like, if I need to go back keto, the first thing that I do is I fast for a whole day. Like I always take a break between the day that I'm off keto and then the day that I go back on keto, because if I switch immediately from one to the other, all I'm going to be doing is comparing the keto food to the sugary food that I had the day before. And I'm going to like feel mad, you know, but if I go a day without eating, that next day, I'm looking forward to keto food, you know, like I'm just looking forward to food, you know? So
alternate day fast.
Exactly. So what I'll also do when I get back on keto, if I think I can handle it, is I will just focus on eating keto. So I'll be like, I can eat as much keto food as I want, just make sure it's keto. But that's also without the sweets, like no snacks or anything like that. You need to get back to the enjoyment of the savory things, you know, ground beef, eggs, you know, things like that. You need to get back to bacon, enjoying the taste of those things without the sweetness, because then that makes your body like crave, you know, the other sweetness.
Break your mind, go into
that's what I want. So that's generally what I do, but it starts one day at a time. You just have to figure out how to get, you know, how to build on 1 day to 2 to 3, and that's how you do it.
And that's how it is.
Pete Demi says, I reached my goal weight about 6 months ago, so I have 1 free day a week. That sounds amazing. Now, that's my end goal, is to be able to have like a 2-day stint, like cheat day, like a 2-day weekend every single month, you know? Like, you remember I used to do that last year when we were doing the tapings, we would always turn the tapings into like a date night where I would have all that stuff. I know, right? I did that. So once I get to like my goal weight and I just see what it looks like to maintain, I'll see if it's possible to kind of like have a once a month free day.
Comfortable in that way, you can fluctuate a little bit more.
Yes. Exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to experimenting with. Right now, I do every 2 to 3 months because I just can't handle it any other way. So. Well,
you also have a certain number per year.
Exactly.
That's what it is, and you spaced it out so.
Exactly. So I can save them up. Yeah. TC says, just give me a plain cake donut. I think it was Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, cake donuts aren't bad because after all, they're still a donut, but they're never going to be the ones that I choose.
If literally that's the only donut they had in the store,
then I'd get it. Exactly. But do you know what I love though? Are they Hostesses? No, like the ones you buy in the store, like the powdered cake donuts that come in the white bag with the clear, you can like see into it. I think it's Hostess.
Just the pre-made.
Yeah, I like those little powder donuts. Other than that, I don't like those. Rashana said that was Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Their donuts thumbs down. I was just talking to my mom. I don't think I've ever had Dunkin' Donuts, even though we have one pretty close to our house. I've never been, but I don't want to go.
I remember
this
when I was
time.
a kid, so I have fond memories, but it's been a long time. So
yes,
okay,
I know exactly. Like, I don't need to go back. Yes,
so, a donut's a donut.
Yes.
I wouldn't throw them on the ground.
P. Dimby says we have 3 Krispy Kremes here at the casino, Mohegan Sun.
So.
I fight myself to stay away from there, but every once in a while I have 1 or 2 donuts. Yeah, I mean, it would be so much more difficult if I was like surrounded by Krispy Kreme every day, especially if I had to walk by it. So like we just do the best we can. I really didn't know it was a casino, so that's nuts.
Awesome.
Mom said at ChickfilA you don't have to worry about the workers being on their cell phones when they're trying to take your order, like at McDonald's. Exactly.
Well, I mean, again, with everything, it all goes back to management.
Yeah, but they just don't have the same requirements at McDonald's. Shelly said, I love Krispy Kreme. So glad it's an hour away from me. God, the only Krispy Kreme you have is an hour away.
Oh, you ain't lying.
D said, nah, ain't nothing good at McDonald's but their fries, but might just be the differences in the things they're allowed to use over there versus here. Chick-fil-A all the way. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's the quality of service and the inconsistency, to be honest. I wouldn't mind, but I also do think that they Richard said they dunk their fries in high fructose corn syrup before they fry them.
Told me that.
Yeah, so
I don't boil them or something.
You told me that. You might have been watching a documentary or something like that.
It's horrible for you. I mean, to me, McDonald's is nowhere near my favorite at all. McDonald's is like 4th. I would go to Wendy's or Burger King before I go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Do love the French fries.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I love it.
TC
says a short egg fast is good for me to get back on track. That's good. Shelly says I always do 3 meals following an off day. Fasting is so hard the day after for me. I feel too deprived. Well, see, that's the problem. The day after for me, I'm still full. I'm still full of food. So I'm genuinely not hungry. So I don't have that problem. But yeah, I think the main thing is don't immediately go back to a restriction of the amount of food, because you are already putting a restriction on the type of food. You're removing the sugar, you're removing all of the wheat and the bad carbs. Yeah. So when you go back keto, just go back to eat as much as you want to feel satisfied, but eat as much good, clean keto food. So.
And you have to know that the mind is a very powerful muscle.
Yes.
Like this, if it messes up in here, it's a cascade effect on everything else. Like if you're not mentally in a good place, that's why you have to give yourself reachable goals.
Yes.
Don't give yourself goals as you're like, well, I'm just going to give up 3 minutes into the day.
Yeah. I always say it's better to reach small, easy goals than fail at the big lofty goals, because what you need to do is it's like a snowball. You have to build up the success and the confidence by reaching attainable goals. And then that's when you can set loftier higher goals. But what you don't want to do is just constantly feel like a failure. If you're off the wagon for 2 weeks, you don't want to be like, okay, I'm going to get back on for a month, and then you could end up going 2 weeks on plan and then go off plan and you feel like a failure. Exactly. Whereas if you would have made the daily goal to just stay on plan, you would have succeeded 14 times already. That's the mind frame that you need to look at it.
Instead of
one failure. You're right. So Jory says Voodoo Donuts are the best. We don't have anything like that here.
We're talking about specialty gourmet places. I'm definitely down for that.
I know, right? We don't really have a place like that. So Vita said, hi, Wack Fam. I've missed you guys live, and this COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on my life. I've gained weight and stressed out since I went back to work, and I missed you guys. I just missed you. Well, we're glad that you're here, right? Vita. How is it with the daycares and stuff like that? How's it going? It is. You just gotta take it a day at a time. I mean, there's gonna be large adjustments that you have to make. So at sometimes in your life, your diet won't be your main focus because you have to really work on other things. But when you get those things down, it'll always be here for you to hone in on and focus in on. So we're glad that you're here. Gina said, my favorite donut is a dozen. You're right. I mean, where's the lie? So
but I was just gonna say, he's not failing. Failing is not is just straight giving up.
Yes.
Like, as long as you start again,
yes,
you haven't failed.
Yes, I agree. Exactly. Mom said, Autumn, did you know that today is your Uncle Jeff's birthday? Yes, I think Amber told me. He is in Las Vegas.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff.
I know, somewhere, wherever you are. Rashana said, speaking of egg fast, Nicole Burgess is incorporating one into her November challenges. I saw that. I am not going to be focusing on doing her particular challenge because I have a challenge for myself in November. Her first week is like walking or running every day. Y'all know I'm not doing that. That's already the challenge we're part of, and I'm still not doing that, you know? So I am pointedly not walking or running every day. And then, but I think I will do the 3-day egg fast because it is the last day of, or it's the last week of the month, gearing up for Thanksgiving. So I was like, you know what? I can definitely gear up for Thanksgiving. So I'll probably do that. And then I might do, depending on what the Bring Sally Up challenge is, I might do that in addition to my workout as well. Like that is a song where it's like, bring Sally up, bring Sally down. And then they say some other lyrics and a something, and a bring Sally up, bring Sally down. So they have that on Les Mills Body Combat, but in that case, they're doing push-ups. So they're like, every time Sally goes up, you go up and bring Sally down. Yeah, you're Sally. So I think in Nicole Burgess, they might be squats. So you might be coming up and down. And I was just like, ooh, I don't want to do this. All right. Yeah, just hold it for longer. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, no, Sally only goes up and down, you know. But yeah, depending on what exercises she's talking about doing, I might participate in that too.
That's fun.
But like it is, but since I already I'm committed to my own exercise regimen
you don't want to compound that.
Yeah, I don't need to compound that. Exactly. Once again, I can succeed at my goals without feeling like I'm failing at hers. Yeah. Do you know how to not fail a goal? Don't set one. You know, like in general, that's not what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. It's like, if you be practical with your goals and be realistic. I think that's the R in SMART goals. Like, be realistic. And so, like, if I already have this plan for myself, I know it's not going to be realistic for me to do my plan and do her plan. So I'm just going to stick to mine. So
that is the R in SMART goals.
Yes, thank you very much. So
took me a while to remember.
TC said, I've never had a Dunkin' Donut. We used to laugh because the closest nearest store was about 100 miles away. So we got the ads on TV. Yeah, that, you know, whenever we get an ad for a store that I'm like, we don't have those here, I realize that we probably have them in Indiana, which is right across the bridge, you know? So we used to get
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, we get Jack in the Box. We get Marco's Pizza. I'm like, we don't have those places here. But then when I Google, like, where is the closest Marco's Pizza? Oh, it's actually only 15 minutes away. It just happens to be in another state. So
you can take that road trip.
That's what I'm saying. Vita said, I need to get back to the basics. And here you are talking about Krispy Kreme. I know, right? I'm sorry. So
no.
I know, right? I'm not talking about Krispy Kreme anymore.
I'm sure there's wonderful keto donut places out there.
No, but you can make your own keto donuts. But I'm saying, don't even do that stuff when you're getting back on track. Like, eat real food. That's all you have to do. But I'm sorry
about that bacon, egg, and about those dirty eggs again.
Exactly, which I did not like those any better.
You want to talk about some dirty eggs, Vita?
No, eggs made in fat. Rashawn is here, says, hi, Richard, Autumn, Richard, and Whack Fam. How is everybody? We're doing good. P. Dimby says, I stopped eating at fast food burger places years ago. I was just talking to Richard. We have a McDonald's right up the street from my house. And I was just like, I can't remember the last time I've gone to McDonald's. I don't think it's been in 2020. Like, I love McDonald's. Look, if McDonald's had the consistency of ChickfilA, as in I knew that I was going to get hot, fresh McDonald's fries every time, I would love that place. The trick with that is order them without salt. Yeah. No.
I mean, it's going to make the upset person there upset.
I never believe
There are ways.
Yes.
But no, I think there are certain things like I can do McDonald's French fries. I can do like the Burger King Whopper. It's been forever. I could do like the Wendy single.
No, see, it's too much. I just like, can I get a number one with a Sprite? That's when I get a soda with sugar in it, that's when you know I don't care anymore. You know. Yes, number one is the Big Mac. Exactly.
That's like a bread sandwich.
Yeah, I love it.
With lettuce on it.
And two little thin tenth of a pound burgers. They're so delicious. Rashada says, Chrissy's keto life, remember your why. That will make it easier for you to get back up and on plan. Exactly. You just have to remember, to me, I remember what I feel like when I'm on plan and how good I feel. And then I also just remember how difficult it is to lose weight when you regain it, you know? Like statistically, I could gain 20 pounds in 2 weeks, you know? Just if I'm left to my own devices, I could just gain so much weight. And it's just like, it's pointless because nobody should be eating that much, but like to have to lose the same weight, it's discouraging to have to lose the same weight over and over again. But then also what I remind myself is what helps me the most is the realization that I'm not ever going to have this food again. It's just not time for me to have it right now. You know, like I think it can be looming. Yeah. Like when you're like used to eating Oreos and snack food and fast food all day, like when you've fallen off the wagon, the thought of like going back to that is like, oh, now I have to give that stuff up. But for me, I'm always just like, it's just not time for me to eat that for the next 2 months. You know, I'll be able to have it again. You know, so
until you fall off again.
Yeah, well, or you have a planned indulgence.
There you go.
Yes,
I like those planned indulgences. That way, you just stop and put the parking brake down.
Yeah.
Kickstand.
Exactly. Just hop off.
Your bike's just sitting
have
there.
a respite. Come back on.
It's just sitting there. You didn't fall off.
Oh, Joyce said I heard Wendy's is coming out with a new chicken sandwich. If it's not spicy, then I don't want it. So
thank you, Popeyes. You just ruined everything.
I mean,
everybody's fighting. All the restaurants are fighting each other.
And for a chicken sandwich. If it's not spicy, I don't want it. So P. Denby says, we also have a Chick-fil-A here at Mohegan Sun Casino. I love Chick-fil-A. I will eat that. I mean, gosh, that would be difficult. I take for granted how lucky I have it never having to leave my house, you know? Like, with all the temptation, you know, like it's easy for me to like drive to and fro places, but if if I had to work somewhere and constantly like walk past it, I mean,
it's wafting.
I would that's just a skill and a discipline I would have to develop because
and you could it's just willpower. You have to train it. It's like a little small person right now, but
I got build muscles. I gotta jump into one of them mushrooms and go bloop 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 and get my Mario on.
Oh, you could fire one putting plants throwing fireballs.
Yes, exactly. Have his white painter's outfit with them overalls on. Man, Cathie P&AZ says better late than never. Hello, WAC fam. Hello, Cathie. I'm glad you're here. Joray says, and instead of saying I can't eat that, I say I don't eat that. Exactly. Like when it becomes a conscious choice to just put it away now. It's just a lot easier. You know, you don't give it the power of like, this is this tempting item that I'm going to have to give up and I'm going to live in a world of deprivation because I don't have it. Like, that's not true. You know, that's not true.
Again, it goes back to the mental game. It's like your mentality is a very important part of this whole thing. Like your mind has to be strong and your path has to be at least visible in order for you to walk down this road. Like you can't just be in the dark and trying to like, what's going on? I can't figure nothing out. That might be the problem.
That was my husband in the dark, everyone.
Yeah, you see that? I was like
Don't touch me.
Where did you go?
Joyce said, just after 1 week back on keto, I am done, in pain and breaking out. So turning all my recipes back to carnivore. Yeah, that's tough. Then there's some people like Joyce that like even keto, like even vegetables and dairy mess them up, you know? So it's just like, it's like all meat, you know, like all carnivore I mean, that's crazy.
Well, that goes back to the whole everybody's different, where it's like you have to find out what your specific body needs and requires, then balance those levels out. Because everybody's not going to like the same diet. Everybody's not going to need the same thing because some people have deficiencies where they need other
I have an iron deficiency.
Supplements, yeah.
P. Demby says, enjoy chatting with you guys. Back to work. I have to go. Have a wonderful rest of your week. You too. So glad that you made it.
Push the like button.
Yes, exactly. Everyone hit the like button on your way in or out. So Barry said a few years ago, Wendy's came out with ghost pepper fries. Very disappointing. No ghost peppers. Oh, I remember that because, of course, I tried it with like that sloppy cheese sauce they put on there. I was so mad.
Well, I mean, they are corporate. You can't really. You got to sign a waiver. If you want. Like real ghost peppers. You can sign a waiver.
The bad thing is that all the restaurants you're talking about are within walking distance. Yeah, I mean that is tough. But another thing you have to remember is that you've already done this before. You've already gone stretches of months not eating that food. I know the mind can play tricks on you with like it's going to be so difficult to go back. Like you've already done it. Like you've done it once, you can do it again, and it'll still taste the same. You know, you're not missing nothing. That old bull job. Okay, you're not missing anything. So
no, you're not.
D said, "Got to feed the kitties before they eat me alive. I'll be listening in the background." See, that's what I do. Cats is evil. So
well, they're also easy. All you do is just leave a trail.
Cathie P said, "We are dairy free this week and feeling really great." You're right. I am. So here's the thing.
I know you're feeling great too, though.
But I'm not physically feeling any different than before. So what that means is I'm not feeling any worse. You know, I'm not feeling dissatisfied with what I'm eating. I'm not feeling that's a win. However, my nose is still runny, you know, like I'm not any less bloated. You know, I was thinking that giving up dairy I might see some noticeable changes, but once again, that just goes to show that wasn't the dairy. It's not the dairy that's doing that. That's just how it is.
Well, it's only been like 2 or 3 days, right? Give it like one more, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give it one more day and then Friday, and we'll see what happens on Saturday. I am weighing myself on Saturday. So Vita said, "I needed this. You guys are the best." Well, I mean, Vita, you're the best. We're glad that you're here.
Gosh,
and just know, once again,
oh
my God, you can't fail if you don't quit. Even if you're off plan for 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, like in the grand scheme of things, that is going to just become a smaller and smaller percent of your journey. So just make the choice to turn it back around and get right back on. Yeah,
that's true.
Cathie said, "Keep everything simple. You can go back to basics and be okay." Exactly. That is all.
That's simple as that. I mean, scratch everything. Scratch everything.
Rashana says, "Autumn." JJ says, "Hello." I've been seeing you comment, JJ. I'm sorry. I've been seeing you talk to Rashana. I didn't see anything that said my name on it. I thought y'all was having a conversation. JJ, how are you? I've missed you. I don't have a glass of water here because it's too late and I'd be up in the bathroom all night. But I see you, girl. I'm glad you're here. That's all that matters.
You can just get activated.
I'm sorry. JJ's the live favorite. You've got to be seen. I got to make sure you know that I'm glad that you're here joining us from the hashtag West Coast.
You see what you done started? Do you see what you
I'm just saying. So Cathie says, "It's helping hubby's tummy issues for sure. Weigh in for me on Saturday too." I see. I mean,
no dairy.
Yeah, nice. Like I didn't really have any tummy issues, but it's not helping with anything. So
well, I mean, that shows you that everybody's different. Some people might just little tweaks in
D said, "No, the kitties aren't evil. They are actually just pacing back and forth, crying for the food. I'm the bad mom." So, you know, that's more like me. Like I'm just like, Milton and Madeline, shut up. I'm gonna feed you when I feed you.
Cats are so easy like that, though. They just ain't. There is no.
Yes.
They can't create it. I don't know. They're tealing the land or nothing.
Yes.
Like, okay, feed them. Just throw some over your shoulder.
Mom said, "I'll share it with you, JJ. Seeing as I did not make you the live favorite, there's nothing to share, Christina. That's all I'm saying. Like, you just always just be overstepping, you know? Yeah. And another thing that I do when I'm switching from like being off plan to being on plan is I start with my favorite keto food ever. For me, that's generally taco tray. But it's like, you know, one thing that I realized, and this is something that you have to like come to the conclusion to yourself, but like being full of sugary junk food and being full of keto food gives me the same joy. It's just the being full part, you know, like that I like. So it is so, in my opinion, or, you know, I can have a delicious bagel or I can have like a delicious like bacon and eggs. And even though they're different, they both bring me joy. So it's like I have to make the keto dish that I love more than the sugary dishes.
See, I can tell instant, like empty calories for me, like that's just what does nothing. I can go get a combo meal anywhere. And I know as soon as I'm eating it, I'm like, I'm gonna be hungry in like 1 hour. Here we go. Num 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 num.
No.
Here we go. But give me a steak. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
See, give me a steak in an hour, I'm hungry again. Like it's the same. Yeah, it's the same for me.
Give me a steak, and that's gonna coast me to the rest of the day.
Yes. So no, the rest of the day. No.
Have you seen those things?
Oh, I've seen your appetite's non-existent. So, but like that's all. Like you just have to remember, it's not bad to like enjoy what you're eating. It's just you have to like. It also has to be healthy for you. You know, like give me taco tray over a Big Mac and fries any day because of the consistency. I know what the taco tray is going to be every single time, and I absolutely love it. So just what are the things you absolutely love and eat those? So.
Thick cut bacon and eggs could work too.
Yes. TC said, remembered I'm doing dairy free this week as I put a piece of cheese in my mouth today. I had to laugh about it and go back to dairy free. Exactly. Like, well, there's that. That's pretty funny. I know, right? That is why I had to take out all traces of cheese and dairy in my meal prep because it's my habit to just like I don't even have any Cello wisps. I don't even have any Cello wisps in the house this week because I know that it would have just been my reflex.
Like,
man. I'm like, oh man.
Starting now.
Rashana says, I don't feel any different being dairy free. Exactly. Me either. So it was a nice experiment, but it didn't really change anything.
Like the same body chemistry a little bit.
Yeah.
Dairy just is
yes. JJ said, I decided to calorie count and lost 2 pounds this week so far. Amazing. Calorie counting is where it's at. That's always my first line of defense. If you're like in a stall or you're like, I don't know what to do or it's not working, are you aware of how much you're eating every day? That's the first question I already asked. If you're tracking, then we can start to know where to tweak. But the first thing is getting visibility into what you're doing. So that's all I'm saying.
So smart.
Exactly. I told Teal, I was talking to Teal today. I told her that I might do something nuts and attempt to eat every day for a week.
I was gonna say, like,
in November.
Seafood?
No, just regular. Like just eat every day. I'm thinking about reducing.
Like a crazy person?
Exactly. Only for like every alternate week or something like that. I'm not going to commit to eating every day for the whole month. That's just crazy to me. Like, because I truly love alternate day fasting so much. But I was just like, it's just another challenge that I want to try, especially with the amount of like weightlifting and exercise I want to do. I want to see if it's possible for me.
Here we go.
Right now, my meal prep consists of 2,500 calories every other day. But I want to bump it down to like 1,800 calories every day to see how that goes. So I might try that.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So I might try that the second week.
This is gonna be interesting.
The second week of November because I can't change too many things all at once. So
this is going to be interesting.
Rashana says, I think I'm going to do 75 hard soon. I can never do that. It is.
You gotta hike up a mountain or something?
Well, it's like 75 days of doing something really difficult. No, it's Nicole Burgess. Now, is there a difference between 75 hard and 75 carnivore hard, or is the carnivore part of that? Because my friend Shelly did that last year or something like that, and I was like, that doesn't even sound like something I want to do. So I am thinking about doing a deeper state keto in January, but
that'd be hard.
I know. So I don't want to do
your 75 hard.
Exactly. That'll be more like my 90 hard. So. JJ said, I've been watching a lot of bodybuilders lately, like Greg Doucette on YouTube, and he talks about how calories in versus calories out. I got hooked. Yes, in my opinion, not a doctor, ask Dr. Wise, but it's math, calories in, calories out. Now, I'm not saying all calories are equal. There are nutrient dense calories and there are empty calories, but at the end of the day, they all count, in my opinion. Now, some people will say that as long as you're eating healthy food, it doesn't matter how many calories you eat. I don't necessarily subscribe to that notion because that is only if you are like good at intuitively listening to your body and stopping to eat when you're satisfied. If you're a person that just eats until they're completely stuffed, you can't do that.
Or unless you're using your body at its maximum.
Exactly, unless you are a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's like my locomotive thing, where it's like the coal, the fuel you shovel in, how fast your engine goes is what fuel you shovel in. It don't matter what. I mean, you can shovel in old tires and stuff, and it's still gonna go fast. But it's the smoke gonna be darker. It's still gonna go. Start clouding up the roof.
Teal is here. She says, "Hey everyone, Teal, I was just talking about you and talking about how I was thinking about eating every day for a week in November, and I was like, that scared me." But you know, you talked me through it.
Carbs in and fuel in and fuel out.
Yes, we talked about that's how I feel, and that's how I have accomplished this much. So far, I feel like my weight loss and my weight loss success is directly tied to my visibility into how much I'm eating and my ability to rely on the data since I have that information. I think that evening. She said I was listening. Oh, good, Teal. See, you're a creeper, Teal. You're a creeper.
Just like your mom.
You're a lurker. So I think that like right now I've been fluctuating up and down. With my weight, like between 170, 175, 177, 173, bouncing up and down. But that's because I have not been consistent, On Sundays, I've been eating all the snacks. Some days I just go overboard, So it's the lack of consistently eating on my plan that is causing my weight to stagnate, not my plan itself. I'm convinced if I were eating to my plan, I would be losing weight. And I find that, and you guys see that when I go from weighing 177 to 173 because I just eat on plan for a few days and then mixed with my fasting. That's how it goes.
Yeah. That's why you fluctuate.
Rashana says any diet on 75 hard. Okay. A gallon of water a day, 2 workouts a day, 1 outside for 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day and take progress pics daily. I'll follow in with Jen, who just did. Wow, that's a lot. That is hard. Jeez Louise. Vita said, explain carnivore. Carnivore is just a way of eating where it's like keto to the max. It's a way of eating where all of your calories come from animal products. Okay. So it's basically keto minus the vegetables and the nuts, So it's
but you increase the other stuff.
Yeah, you increase the calories that you're getting from animal fat. So it's lots of ground beef, bacon, eggs, butter, cheese, sour cream. See, I keep naming all the dairy, but steaks, it's just, but like no vegetables, no yogurt, no nuts and things like that. Like nothing that doesn't come from an animal. Chicken, yeah. Even you can make a case for mayo, because it's like egg and oil based and things like that.
Mountain of bacon and eggs and sausage.
Yeah.
Everything. Everything else.
I mean, yeah. So like mayos and spread, and then it's also no sweeteners because those don't come from animals either. So like only stevia, like really only like good quality sweeteners. So. So that is pretty much what it would be. Rashana said, and no cheats, no alcohol. If you mess up, you start again from day one. It's more of a mental challenge. That would be a mental challenge. Shelly said, I'm excited and scared to start. I can't wait. Shelly, are you doing 75 hard too? Or are you just talking about are you talking about the November challenge? So I'm going to look, maybe I would be interested in doing something like that instead of deeper state keto, but I'm definitely not attempting anything like that until after the new year. Like that's just not even in my goals is to try to do anything super challenging. Yeah, like that. So, yes. D said, how long has Diddy been there? Diddy, P. Diddy. Guess I was looking down for a while. Exactly. He just snuck up there. You see how still he's sitting for Richard, and for me, he was just all up, wiggling everywhere.
I mean, you gotta if I'm rubbing his upper shoulder.
Shelly says, I think Nicole is starting January 4th. See, that's something I could probably do. So I'm really going to look into that. So TC said, obviously, I'm having a hard enough time with 7 hard with dairy free.
Well, you're
not sure I could do or would even want to do 75. Best wishes, though, to the brave folks who are. It's the gallon of water a day and the 2 workouts that are just like that, I could do
my thing's the one
keto.
Outside.
I could do on plan keto, but like 2 45-minute workouts a day, So that's so interesting for me. So, Shelly said, yes, I'm doing 75 hard starting in January. So maybe that's something I will do for, is it 75? Oh, that's 2 months. Oh Lord, I was thinking more 45. I was thinking like 6 weeks.
Yeah, basically.
But gosh, just imagine how much progress you could make if you really did that for 75 days in a row. Okay, I'm thinking about it. I don't know, but see, it depends, because one of my cheat days for the year, maybe I have to start in February, because one of my cheat days for the year is always Super Bowl Sunday. So like that's my first cheat day of the new year, sans like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. After that, Super Bowl Sunday. And then I was talking to Joyce. I was like, a lot of my cheat days center around are candy centric. I was like, because my next cheat day after that is Easter, and it's just because anytime, like I said, anytime Reese's makes a special shaped cup, I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
That's how
the Easter eggs plus Cadbury eggs. Them's are my jams. And then we have the Halloween pumpkins, and then we have the Christmas trees. Come on now. Come on now. So yeah, that is something I am going to think about that. That is very interesting. Okay, guys, we've been on here way too long. I want to play my tablet game. So I'm going to get back to that for like 30 minutes before I have to go to sleep. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Don't forget, I know, right? Don't forget, you can join us every single morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern over on my other channel, Watch Autumn. The link is in the description box below. Have a great evening, everyone, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everybody.